Hello, everyone. Welcome to the AJNA podcast. In our Getting Better series, we talk about feelings like no good or bad feelings, just opportunities for a sharper awareness. Awareness of attitudes, of emotions, of mindsets, and beliefs. So let's connect again. This is our second episode in the Getting Better series, and we are choosing to talk about the courage to change. All our lives, we've heard incessant prods and pushes. All of us have heard it. You've got to change. Why don't you just make this small change? If only you'd change, you'd be happy. Now, we all know that changing is a daunting process. It's very tough to even make the tiniest change in our lives. Like changing timings or diet or routine. That makes us uncomfortable, doesn't it? And that is because the brain loves to be the same. It loves sameness. It thrives on habit. When I want to change, my brain says to me, keep doing the same thing that you did yesterday. And you will definitely be happy and you will not be hurt. And the brain also says at times, you remember the last time you made that presentation or the last time you went to that place, how embarrassed you were? So, be warned, do not change. Yet, change is the law of life. It takes courage to change. A small voice inside says, what will happen if I change? I will have to give up what I know. I'll have to jump into something that is unfamiliar. And what if I fail? Whenever we are faced with change, we encounter some kind of fear. Fears of looking bad, or being foolish, or stupid, or incompetent. This makes us avoid or even deny that any kind of change is necessary. Then why does life bring up these challenges that force us to change? I think that it is because there is a deeper desire within each of us that drives us, and it's bigger than that fear. This desire wants to go beyond this drama that the fear has created. And this drama is really detrimental to us because it keeps saying things like, now this is really bad. And I wallow in it. And it actually gives me an excuse to wallow this fear. But the alchemist amongst us says, yes, this fear is there, and we know that it's not as good as a part of me wants. I know there is anxiety, there's no denying that. Yet, there is a part of me that is not anxious. There's a part of me that sees this drama, this fear, this anxiety. And that is the part that we want to go to. Now, having the courage to begin this process of change, it's much like jumping into cold water, for instance. It's a shock at first, but after a while, your body adjusts and you adapt and you begin to even like it. It's probably bracing and rejuvenating. So what was unknown just a little while ago is now familiar and not so bad. Change really means the willingness to look in the mirror and to acknowledge parts of yourself that you may not even know about, But in looking at ourselves so clearly and closely, the thing to do is to ask ourselves, how did I handle this? Did I use it to learn something, to change something? Or did I close up again because of the fear? Our natural process and natural response to pain is to close up, to remain open when we don't get what we want, when someone has a trait that you don't like, or when there has been betrayal or disappointment, we close up. But the magnitude of what happens at this closing is definitely not in proportion to that stupid little thing that someone does. You're making yourself miserable because of that tiny little thing that someone else has done. The trick is to stay open. When it rains, for instance, we don't want it to rain because we have fixed something, we are going to the park, we have a party. When someone doesn't show up on time, etc. All these things are nowhere in proportion to our reaction to it. Don't let it close you. Learn to accept and just observe the experiences that are unfolding in front of you. While changing, be gentle with yourself, because it means making mistakes at times and to have life unfold in ways that we didn't really expect. Some changes may happen quickly while others need more perseverance. We need courage to keep going, building our lives moment to moment, day by day. So cheers everyone, and talk to you soon again. Stay bright, stay beautiful, and stay aware.